The story of the girl group Blaque remains one of the great what-ifs in 90s R&B history. They were a powerhouse trio often dismissed as TLC Jr., yet many believe they were so talented they could have been as big as Destiny's Child in the late 90s and early 2000s. At the core of their potential was the beautiful and multi-talented Natina Reed. She was the group's driving force, a singer, rapper, songwriter, and actress who penned most of their songs. Natina Reed was the special one, a visionary whose combination of rapping and singing immediately captivated Lisa, Left Eye, Lopes of TLC. Left Eye saw herself in Natina, building the entire group around her talent. The success was immediate, but the turbulence of the entertainment industry soon hit. Tragically, Natina and her mentor would share a harrowing, sudden fate. Left Eye died in a car crash in 2002. 10 years later, Natina Reed suffered a similarly cruel tragic demise. She was hit and killed by a car just 2 days before her 32nd birthday. This is the devastating story of a rising Black artist whose life was cut short by a haunting twist of fate. The story of Natina Reed is one of destiny guided by fierce ambition. Born on October 28, 1980, in Queens, New York, she relocated to Atlanta, Georgia, by the age of 4. From the start, she harbored colossal dreams. She didn't want just one career, she wanted to be Miss America, a veterinarian, a movie star, a lawyer, and a musician like her idol, Michael Jackson. Her focus on these goals was evident from a young age, leading her parents to enroll her in fashion and modeling. She landed advertising campaigns for Macy's and Bloomingdale's, and even did a hot dog commercial and some acting for television shows. Despite her parents being very religious and strict, forbidding secular music in the house, Natina's heart belonged to music. She played the drums and participated in plays at her uncle's and father's church. In the 5th grade, around the age of 10, she met Shamari, who would later join her in the group Blaque. Shamari recalled that even then, people were impressed by Natina's talent, and she came to school like a superstar. They became close friends and briefly formed an urban country singing group called Boots. However, Natina's religious parents pulled her out, unwilling for her to perform secular music at that time. Shamari also recalled that she and Natina were troublemakers, often getting separated in school. The passion never faded. Natina Reed continued to pursue her megastar dream, constantly writing rhymes, poetry, and songs, often beatboxing and banging on the walls. Her persistence led her to enter and win a contest for jingles for Sprite Soda and the Now and Later Candy Company. By age 13, she knew she needed help to take her career to the next level. Fate intervened when she met Ronald Lopes, the brother of Lisa, Left Eye, Lopes of TLC. Ronald immediately recognized her immense talent and wanted to sign her to his company, Blaque House Productions. Left Eye herself was blown away by Natina's skills, especially the unique combination of singing and rapping. Left Eye saw a mirror image of herself in Natina Reed. Left Eye initially wanted Natina to help write for TLC, but she soon decided to build an entirely new group around Natina's talent. Left Eye told Natina to find other girls who could sing the songs she was writing. Natina called Shamari and convinced her to leave her existing group, Intrigue. Shamari, in turn, brought in Brandy Williams, who was also part of Intrigue, to complete the trio. They called themselves Black Ivory, shortened to Blaque, which stood for Believe Life Achieving Quest Unity and Everything. The foundation for the next great girl group of Black artists had been set. The partnership forged by Natina Reed and Lisa Left Eye Lopes rapidly propelled Blaque into the major leagues of the entertainment industry. Left Eye quickly secured the group, signing them to her own Left Eye Productions. Within 6 months, she successfully landed them a deal with legendary producers Trackmasters, who were aligned with Sony and Columbia Records under Tommy Mottola. Impressed by Left Eye's confidence and the girls' raw talent, Mottola signed them on the spot. Shamari was 16 and Brandy was 14 years old when they signed. In May 1999, Blaque released their self-titled debut album, which was an instant success, achieving certified platinum status and selling over 1.5 million copies. The album solidified Natina Reed's role as the creative powerhouse. The first single, 808, was a platinum-certified hit, peaking at number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100. Notably, Natina Reed co-wrote the song with R. Kelly. Their third single, Bring It All to Me, featuring J.C. Chases from Eneswensi, became their biggest crossover success, hitting number 1 on the U.S. rhythmic Billboard charts for 6 weeks. The group's closeness with Eneswensi was cemented by sharing the same manager, Johnny Wright. With the backing of Columbia Records and their powerful mentor, Blaque was on fire. They toured globally, opening for Eneswensi and later for TLC's Fan Mail Tour. Their influence quickly expanded beyond music. In 2000, Blaque was cast without auditioning in the movie Bring It On, playing members of the East Compton Clovers cheerleading squad alongside Gabrielle Union. The movie was a box office hit, grossing over $90 million. Their song, As If, and a remix of Bring It All to Me, featuring 50 Cent, who was signed to Trackmasters at the time, were featured on the soundtrack. They also collaborated with Jagged Edge on a song for the Big Mama's House movie soundtrack. Natina Reed was undoubtedly one of the most prominent young Black artists of the era, known for her unique style, versatility, and sharp songwriting. However, this peak era was followed by swirling rumors of internal group issues, though they momentarily straightened things out and returned to work. Around this time, Natina began dating Corrupt of the Dog Pound, having previously dated Mike from 112 for years. Left Eye introduced them, and they later became engaged. Natina Reed was featured on Corrupt's single, It's Over. This public relationship, however, created new turbulence, including a public feud with rapper Foxy Brown. Despite these outside pressures, Blaque started working on their highly anticipated second album, Blackout, collaborating with the group Full Force. The intense pressures of the music industry and her personal life were about to collide, setting the stage for a series of devastating setbacks. The surging career of Natina Reed and Blaque hit a massive wall built from internal changes and the ruthless judgment of the entertainment industry. Around 2001, Natina became pregnant with her son by Corrupt. While a joyous personal event, this immediately stalled the release of their second album, Blackout. The group faced immense pressure from Columbia Records. The label did not want to promote or market an artist who was pregnant, viewing it as a bad look in the industry at the time. The label expressed they didn't want the group if Natina Reed wasn't going to be involved. This systemic bias against pregnant Black artists underscored the difficult choices female creators were forced to make in the unforgiving industry landscape. Before the group could stabilize, they were hit by an unimaginable tragedy. In April 2002, their mentor and protector, Lisa "Left Eye" Lopes, died in a car crash in Honduras. The event was eerily shocking. Left Eye was the only person who died, despite 7 others being in the vehicle. Natina Reed was utterly devastated and lost. She had been living with Left Eye in California during her pregnancy, with Left Eye taking good care of her and becoming her son's godmother. The members of Blaque collectively stated that they lost their passion for singing at that point. The group couldn't recover from the loss of Left Eye, especially with the label's existing reluctance to support them. Despite releasing the great song, Can't Get It Back, the momentum was lost. The Blackout album was somehow leaked online, prompting the label to release it only in Japan, effectively shelving it in America and dropping them from the label. After being dropped, Natina Reed focused on her baby boy. Yet, the music world gave them a second chance. After a bidding war, they signed with Elektra Records, a deal Natina herself orchestrated by flying out to New York to talk with Sylvia Rhone. They also secured Matthew Knowles, Beyoncé's father, as their manager. They began working on their third album, Torch, collaborating with heavy hitters like Missy Elliott and Darkchild. They released the song, I'm Good, as the lead single for the Honey movie soundtrack. However, the Torch album never saw the light of day. Reasons included Sylvia Rhone leaving Elektra Records for Universal Motown. Another significant factor was Natina Reed's growing emotional struggle, leading her to decide she wanted to leave secular music and pursue the gospel genre. Her decision led to Blaque being dropped again. Natina's complex personal challenges, losing Left Eye, breaking up with Corrupt, dealing with the birth of her baby, and the pressures of the entertainment industry, drove her back to her religious roots. For a short time, the remaining members replaced her with another singer, Erica Pullins, for overseas performances, but they eventually went their separate ways. The career and subsequent tragic demise of Natina Reed is a devastating case study on the unfulfilled potential of Black artists within the rigid structure of the entertainment industry. Her story resonated deeply because it highlighted the unique pressures placed on young Black women navigating fame, ambition, and motherhood. The most glaring instance of systemic bias was Columbia Records' reluctance to promote Blaque once Natina Reed became pregnant. The label viewed an artist being pregnant as a bad look in the industry at the time. This prejudiced stance against motherhood stifled the momentum of one of the hottest girl groups and ultimately led to their first cancellation, underscoring the severe lack of support for young women balancing career and family in the industry. Furthermore, Natina's personal struggles were quickly weaponized by the media. The unsubstantiated rumors of drug possession and prostitution circulated by gossip sites added unwarranted stigma to a woman who was clearly enduring intense emotional and professional pressure. The chilling parallel between her hit and killed by a car fatality and the death of her mentor, Left Eye, years earlier, felt profoundly symbolic. Both talented Black artists were taken in sudden, violent accidents, leaving behind legacies marked by extraordinary brilliance and deep tragedy. This repeated pattern of loss solidified a sense of haunting fragility surrounding talent from that particular era of the entertainment industry. Despite the setbacks, Natina Reed was a determined figure. She was the driving force behind Blaque's subsequent efforts to reunite and secure new deals, even managing to get Beyoncé's father, Matthew Knowles, to manage the group. Her resilience, though ultimately tragic, serves as a powerful reminder of the relentless fight for control and longevity that Black artists face against an industry that often favors exploitation over nurturing true talent. The end of Natina Reed's life was a devastating, abrupt full stop on a career of immense potential, a tragic demise at the age of 32. It was a year already marked by the loss of major Black artists' icons, including Whitney Houston and Etta James. The circumstances of her death, a beautiful, multi-talented woman hit and killed by a car while crossing a dark road just 2 days before her birthday, felt heartbreakingly senseless. The official conclusion that the driver, who thought he had hit a deer, was not charged, did little to ease the profound sense of loss. Compounding the sorrow was the chilling parallel to her mentor, Left Eye, who also died in a car accident. This shared fate amplified the feeling of a destiny cruelly intertwined. Despite the turbulence and the ruthless pressures of the entertainment industry, which unjustly stalled her career due to her pregnancy, Natina Reed's influence remains indelible. She was the driving creative force behind Blaque, a group that achieved a platinum album, starred in a blockbuster movie, Bring It On, and laid down tracks that defined the late 90s R&B sound. Her legacy is not just the hits, but the perseverance she showed in constantly trying to regroup and secure new deals, even after being dropped twice. Her personal life, though scarred by public scrutiny and private heartache, leaves behind a clear lineage. Her son, Tren, is now pursuing a rap career, inheriting the talent from both his mother and his father, Corrupt. Corrupt himself paid for her funeral, demonstrating the deep bond they shared. The story of Natina Reed is a powerful testament to raw talent that was forced to contend with an unforgiving system. Her sudden death remains a stark reminder that while the entertainment industry readily celebrates success, it rarely nurtures the human beings, especially Black artists, who create it. She deserves to be remembered for her enormous potential, not just the tragic manner in which she was taken. If you believe that Natina Reed and Blaque were the most underrated girl group and a crucial piece of R&B history, please comment Blaque below.